Hi everyone, my name is Audun Oyong, and in this video I'm going to talk about TypeScript. So what is TypeScript? TypeScript is not an entirely new language. It is a superset of JavaScript, which essentially means any valid JavaScript code is also a valid TypeScript code. It adds features that you can choose to use. These features do not exist in the current version of JavaScript supported by most browsers out there. But what's wrong with JavaScript? Firstly, it isn't suitable for building large applications. Structuring and maintaining JavaScript applications can be tricky as they grow. It also lacks strong typing, which means some errors might only pop up at runtime. Next, it has weak inheritance and unfamiliar syntax for people that are used to object-oriented languages such as C, C++, or Java. JavaScript also suffers from bad type corrections and much more. So how does TypeScript try to solve the shortcomings of JavaScript? Firstly, TypeScript compiles into JavaScript, which means you can run TypeScript everywhere, in the browser or run Node.js. It also means that migrating to TypeScript is as easy as renaming your files. Next, TypeScript also allows optional static typing, which means you have the options to define the type of your variable. This makes your app more predictable and makes it easier to debug them when something goes wrong. Another benefit is that it can catch a lot of errors at compile time instead of runtime. TypeScript also brings object-oriented features such as classes, interfaces, constructors, access modifiers like public and private, fields, properties, and so on. Finally, another benefit of using TypeScript is that we get access to some great tools such as IntelliSense, which we'll see in the demo now. To install TypeScript, first we have to have Node.js and npm already installed. I already have them installed. So now I can install TypeScript globally on macOS by going to the terminal and type in sudo npm install -g, which stands for global, TypeScript. Type in your password. On a Windows machine, the command is simply without the sudo bit. Cool, now I have TypeScript installed. Here's an example code that I have prepared in Visual Studio Code. It is a simple greeting person web application to showcase the features of TypeScript. I have a person interface with first name and last name attributes. I have a greeter function, a student class with the constructors, access modifiers, and the type annotations. I have a new student object here, taking the parameter of string. If I change this into number 7, the compiler would then complain that the number 7 is not assignable to type string. This is one benefit of TypeScript type checking. So let's change it back. Now let's implement the greeter function. It says hello person dot. Notice as I type, IntelliSense tools offer auto-completion. This is another benefit of TypeScript. Person dot last name. Cool, now we're ready to compile it. Let's go back to the terminal. Type in TSC, which stands for TypeScript compiler. Greeter.ts. This will compile it into JavaScript code. Now, let's look at the compile output. As you can see, there's no major change. It's just that the type annotations were removed. So, I have created an HTML page which has the JavaScript code inside the body. Let's open it. As you can see, it says hello, my first name, and my last name. Awesome. So, what can I use TypeScript on? You can use TypeScript with many technologies such as React, Angular, Vue.js, React Native, and Express, just to name a few. Angular in particular is a framework built entirely in TypeScript language. And that's a quick introduction to TypeScript language. I hope this video is useful and you can use TypeScript in your next project. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.